You're watching Get Cruise Ship Info and more. In today's cruise news update for March 20th, 2021, we will discuss 4 key topics. So stay tuned and enjoy the scenery while you get your daily dose of cruise news. But before we jump right into the video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video to stay updated with the latest news from the cruise industry and much more. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Royal Caribbean relaunches North America cruises for June 2021. Royal Caribbean International will be the first major contemporary cruise line back in service in North America, relaunching cruises in June from Nassau with the Adventure of the Seas offering week-long itineraries starting on June 12. Vicky Freed, Senior Vice President of Sales and Trade Support and Service, Royal Caribbean International said, "We've been working on the return to service for well over a year for this market. We've been sailing successfully in Singapore and feel very confident about our strong protocols that are in place. The week-long sailings will operate below 100% occupancy to start on the 310 guest adventure and ramp up occupancy rates over time. All crew will be vaccinated and guests will be required to show proof of a COVID-19 vaccination. Guests under 18 will need a negative PCR test." Freed said Nassau was a great jumping-off point for people to cruise from with 24 daily flights from 13 major U.S. airports. The cruise will call on Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island, and its highest-rated port globally, where the ship will spend 2 days. Other port stops include Grand Bahama, Cozumel, where the company will only allow guests off the ship on Royal Caribbean organized shore excursions. The Adventure will thus join the Quantum of the Seas, sailing from Singapore, and the Odyssey of the Seas, sailing from Haifa, as the Royal Caribbean ships back in service. Celebrity announces June 2021 Caribbean comeback from St. Martin. Celebrity Cruises announced its return cruising today, as the Celebrity Millennium will home port in St. Martin starting on June 5th. Beginning March 25th, guests can book the new 7-night itineraries departing through August 2021. The ship will sail to different week-long itineraries. One will call on Aruba, Curacao, and Barbados. The ship will sail with vaccinated crew and will be available to vaccinated adult guests and children under the age of 18 with a negative PCR test result within 72 hours of embarkation. Celebrity Cruises President and CEO Lisa Lutoff-Perlo said, "Returning to the Caribbean after more than a year away is such a significant moment for us. It marks the measured beginning of the end of what has been a uniquely challenging time for everyone. We have been in constant contact with the leadership of St. Martin these past months to support each other and share learnings and best practices that we're able to offer people the opportunity to safely vacation on board the revolutionized Celebrity Millennium is incredible, and that we will sail from the magical island of St. Martin is very special. I am forever grateful for the support and collaboration of the St. Martin government." Star Cruises to sail in May in Malaysia. Genting Cruise Lines and Penang Port SDNBH Deeps have announced plans to restart cruises in Penang with Star Cruises, offering Langkawi itineraries beginning May 13, 2021 at the start of the Hari Raya Aidilfitri holidays on Star Cruises Star Pisces, which can accommodate up to 1,600 passengers. The proposed Langkawi cruises will comprise of 2-night Langkawi Escape and a series of 1-night Straits of Malacca cruises. The Star Pisces will become the first ship to resume sailings in Malaysia and one of the few in the world, contributing to the growth of tourism in Penang and Pulau Langkawi. Initially operating at a reduced capacity, all activities on board will be organized in accordance with permitted group sizes specific to each activity, in line with the prevailing national policy, and measures will be in place to discourage close contact between groups. Genting Cruise Lines, which OnStar has already returned to service in Asia with Dream Cruises. The company was the first cruise line to resume service in Asia, having successfully completed about 9 months of incident-free operations in Taiwan with Dream Cruises Explorer Dream, and about 5 months in Singapore with World Dream, welcoming more than 150,000 guests on board so far. Crystal opens bookings for July cruises in Bahamas. Guests can now book cruises on the Crystal Serenity in the Bahamas this July, as the ship will sail 7-night voyages round trip from Nassau, Bimini, beginning July 3, 2021 and July 4, 2021 respectively, becoming the first cruise ship to home port in the Bahamas and return to cruising the Americas. The All Bahamas itineraries eliminate the risk of border closures between countries and offer close-to-home options for North American travelers eager to begin exploring again. As the voyages mark the first return to service for Crystal's ocean fleet, the partnership with the Bahamas is also an important step toward reinvigorating tourism and support for the island's local communities, which have been greatly impacted by the global pandemic. The sailings showcase the natural beauty and warm hospitality, as well as adventure-rich and culturally fascinating pursuits in each destination, including some not accessible to larger cruise ships. Crystal recently announced that guests must be fully inoculated with the COVID-19 vaccine at least 14 days prior to boarding any Crystal ship. This new requirement is in addition to existing comprehensive Crystal Clean Plus 4.1 measures, including negative COVID-19 tests for both guests and crew, reduced capacity, social distancing, nimble mask policy, and health screening questionnaires. And with that, we wrap up our cruise news updates for March 20th. If you enjoyed this cruise news update, a subscribe and like would really be appreciated. I shall see you soon. Until then, please take care and stay safe.